Sometimes the only way to true greatness is to risk it all and face the ultimate adversary. And that's exactly the position we find today's hero in. His name, Count Hermenegildo Gutierrez. His occupation, ever loyal steward and close friend to the king. His goal, to liberate the people of Iberia from the Umayyad rule and establish the great and glorious kingdom of Portugal. This is A to C in Crusader Kings 3, the series where I play as every recommended starting character. And as we have reached the last character on the letter H, except for that guy, we are in for a glorious adventure where success is not guaranteed, our enemies outnumber us, and glory is paid in equal measures of gold and blood. This is the story of Hermenegildo!
Oh, and by the way, we have a brand new Discord that you can join. Link in the description. It is super cool. We call it the Koifish community. Super cool name. Okay, but join that and you can talk to me and other cool people. Yeah, okay, see you guys. Back to the video.
Our adventure starts at the 10th of January, because I accidentally unpaused the game while making the intro. The situation is this. Our glorious king and best friend is currently fighting the Sultan of the Umayyads in a war to claim Portugal. Oh my god! Now this is in our best interest, as to form Portugal, we need to control Algarve, Bahia, Coimbra and Portugal. And being the great friend we are, of course we'll help Alfonso fight the war. We raise our meager armies of bowmen and onagers, and we swiftly attach our armies to our king. But as I'm about to head out to war, my father barges into my room, offering me gold in return for me not beating him up. Beloved father, why would I even do that? But I'll take the money. Quite confusing, but in a move of absolute tactical genius, my king has left the capital undefended. But with Portugal siege down, we go to defeat his armies in the hills. The Battle of Sarria, a brutal one, with our bowmen taking advantage of the hill, but the Mubarizun just being all around chance to begin with. Swords were clashed, and men tripped over each other, trying to fight for their glorious freedom.
I can't believe you've done this.
And in the end, we were victorious, and were able to quickly liberate the capital. But where one horseman of the apocalypse rides, another one is sure to follow. And where there is war, there is bound to be pestilence. Romantic plague? So we quickly went to hire Froila de Disa. Suck on these nuts! He's my doctor now. But it seems that my beloved father caught a bit of the consumption himself and promptly died at the age of 49, leaving me with a corona and the glorious Visigothic votive crown. And just like my father, my wife also died from the romantic plague. Wait! I'm in seclusion! Why did she sneak out, and how did that correlate with the death of my father, who is also lustful? Dear God, I feel like we completely stumbled upon an arc here that we also completely missed. I'm not gonna think too hard into this, but I'm pretty sure that my departed father and dead wife are raising each other up in hell. Not much of an issue though, as it lets me have a chance to marry someone with a bit better stats. We'll go for Nuna Ramirez of Asturias. But what I failed to realize at the very moment of doing this is that I just accidentally married the mother of the king. Oh my god! What do you mean you married my mother? That's so messed up! I thought we were friends! I'm your king! Now you're my stepdad! The power dynamic is completely messed up! Yeah, boy. And to add insult to injury, we completely lost the war, as Alfonso just gave up, stating in an official Twitter post, "Literally can't right now, DMs closed, no commissions, I don't even want to be king." And all the things were looking very grim. Portugal just broke free from his enemy, the Umayyads. So to save her soul, we quickly go to the Vatican, and was immediately confronted with the hardest decision of my life. To sway my bishop so he would like me more. I would not just have to say that the French were good people, I would have to admit that they were actual people. Shock the Pope by drinking literally all of the blood of Jesus without spilling a drop, but not before picking up a little bit of an artifact. Nothing else than an arm of St. George. I'm sure he won't miss it. And upon return, we set our plan into motion, because as we were gone, something happened to the Umayyads. Yeah, they sort of broke, and because of the Iberian struggle, I can buy claims at the cost of piety. So that's exactly what we did. And with our army looking rather beefy, we declared a war to steal all of Portugal. And by utilizing a child that would most likely die of consumption, my own daughter Egolina, we could call in the bald-headed king of Mercia. And as we held in that hill, we were wondering, where the heck are the Englishmen? But as I got completely cramped, Count Vitizia, one of my fellow vassals, offered me a deal. Pay me gold and I'll beat them up. I accepted, not knowing the actual price. But through war, friendship blossoms. And even though I was completely raw-dogging his mom, he still wanted to swear an oath of true friendship, which I then synergized to become even better at stewardship. My man really out here min-maxing a friendship. My brother-in-law declares war. Not optimal. We swiftly go to take out the last of the Portugalians, who promptly nets us all of the Taifa of Portugal. Now to swiftly strike down on the enemy. Dear God! He can't just let me be! If I don't play him, Hasty finds a way into my game, like a goddamn rat in the soup pantry. He attacks them! Robbing me of my most important ally! Hasty, you're a dog, but I love you. But if it wasn't bad enough, a goddamn revolt. The furthest from optimal that one could ever be. But we quickly managed to call off my brother-in-law with a glorious white peace. Just in time to go united with my new ally, the Basques, to defend Santiago. But bad news about my former ally. It's all hasty now. Our time with the Mercians was brief, but a good one. We stopped the bastard, send him into prison, and promptly steal his title. But as much as I hate the man for attacking me, Count Sadun is an absolute craven, and cravens make the best vassals, as they're absolutely pathetic. We demand his conversion and gain a hook on him. We now control Portugal. Now for Coimbra. We spend the piety, we get the claim, and we go to war. But with our army wiped right away, and once again, a neighboring vassal goes to take my land as I'm fighting someone else. Things quickly spiraled out of control. And when that happens, there's only one thing you can do. Hire some ridiculously cheap mercenaries and perform a coordinated strike to take out as many of your enemies as possible. With the Beneventian taken out before they could even pull off a move, we now focus our entire force on our conquests. God bless the discount mercenaries, they're doing the very best. And so the second conquest had been completed. And we now control all of Portugal, all of Coimbra, and all of Beja. Last up, Algarve. With all but one duchy left to take, we would need a perfect plan to execute this. And Ermengilo had just the right idea. The mercenaries he hired for a measly wage were very, very effective at their job. But to hire mercenaries, you need gold. Lots of it. And I know exactly how to get it. It was time to tax the heck out of all of my new vassals. And so the time had come. It was the 15th of September, 883. And Duke Ermengilo Gutierrez was 36 years old and about to form the goddamn Kingdom of Portugal. We swiftly declared war on the Taifa of Algarve, and raising our troops in our nearby holding of Beja, we rushed his capital. But in the midst of the chaos of the combat, a man called out to the soon-to-be King of Portugal. We of course had absolutely no idea what he was saying, but it sounded dangerous. And as the man loomed forward, we fell, stumbling backwards. He raised his axe in the air. I closed my eyes, awaiting my death. It was none other than my dear friend, the King of Asturias. Alfonso rushed to my aid, disarmed the vile bastard, protecting his beloved friend, holding the sword over the demon of Algarve. He ordered the soldiers around him to put him in chains. And as he was paraded off the battlefield, ensuring victory for us in Portugal, the two friends embraced on the battlefield. History would later deduce that these men were most likely on the side. And so the war was over. And with 16 years having passed since that fateful day when we started in Santiago, Duke Ermengilo Gutierrez has been able with cunning, strategy, and a bit of help from his friends to capture all of the duchies needed. This day will forever be remembered as the dawn of the great Kingdom of Portugal. Our people having suffered under Muslim rule for centuries, but no more. Finally, through glorious conquest in the name of St. George, it was all a prophecy. That's why the Pope gave me his arm. We are finally a free Catholic nation. Over the millennia, many civilizations have ruled over these lands. They've all contributed to the complex web that is our cultural heritage. Today we have our unique identity, and as I form this new kingdom, we will proudly call ourselves Portuguese! King of Portugal! And in the years that followed our ascension to the throne, a man by the name of Bamdad, a Tajiki man from, I assume, Tajikistan, offers me Ascalon, the broken old spear that is said to be used by St. George, the returning saint, who killed the dragon of Beirut. Sounds absolutely hilarious. I love it. And so, the glorious Count Ermengilo ascended to the throne of the Portuguese realm, beloved king and ruler of the Portuguese people, and a man that had proven himself not just as a mediator of the law, but a worthy ruler on the field of battle. But he couldn't have done it without his beloved friend, King Alfonso. And that, my friends, is where I'm gonna end this A to C adventure, playing as Count Ermengilo. Next up on the list, oh no, it's